If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Right, I think we're back with the final hour of our Liminal one-shot. Mother Said I Never Should. All in aid of the British Lung Foundation. The link should be in chat. Let me just put charity, and then you can donate if you want to. But yeah, Sue, why don't you take it away? Some of us are standing. Yeah, are we? Yeah, whatever.
Yep. Most of you are in the antechamber, and Genevieve has just gone into the room where Phoebe is. So,
I've got a notebook out, and I'm frantically jotting things down and crossing things out on the notebook.
So, in this room, obviously the first thing you'll see is Phoebe herself. You've seen a photo of her, so you recognise her. She is not looking great.
No.
Her face is kind of blotchy. It looks like she's been crying.
Come with us. We will get
She's
you.
wearing a petticoat.
Jeff, we're in the antechamber, mate. It's Jen that's gone in.
I thought we were all going in once Jen found out she was decent.
Are we all going in?
I think it's just.
Yeah, let's go in. I'm going to go in.
Genevieve got in there first, so she sees all of this first.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Is there a window?
There is a window. Phoebe has got little tiny fairies buzzing around her. They are fastening flowers into her hair.
Are they all female?
The tiny fairies, yes.
Yeah. I'll say, ladies, could you give us a wee moment?
The fairies all look to Phoebe. She takes a deep breath, seems to be thinking for a moment, and then she slowly says, "Please let me have a little privacy."
Poor, she's 16 and she's trying to...
Yeah, she is counting on her fingers as she's doing this. But yeah, apparently it works because the fairies...
She did get 10 syllables out. I mean, this
all buzz off out of the window. Oh, there is also a wedding dress in the room. It is enormous. It's standing up by itself.
Right. I think... Plan A.
Have they gone?
Yeah.
They've gone.
They've buzzed out the window.
I'll say, okay, I'll go over and I'll take it by the hand. I'll say, did you agree to anything here?
Well, not this time.
Right.
Did you agree to something 10 years ago?
I think I might have done something stupid.
What have you done?
Well, I just watched a lot of Disney films. And somehow I found myself in this strange wood and all these, well, I guess they're fairies.
It's not you. I mean, yes, picking the bluebells will take you through.
Yeah,
have you done anything?
They asked me if I wanted anything, and I said I wanted to be a fairy princess.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Horrible mistake. They say I've got to marry this prince.
Have you met this prince before?
No.
Okay.
Now,
So,
how are we going to get it out then?
So any of our fairy specialists know how you weasel out of this?
Yes. No. I think we walk out and see and talk to people who try and stop us.
I think there's a guy outside the door who can stop us all by himself. This window, how big is it?
Here's what we do. I'll
when
conjure some fog. We tie bed sheets together. We climb out the window.
Cool.
When did you?
Anyone comes near us, I'll blast them with lightning.
When did you agree to be a fairy princess? Was this when you first came here?
When she was 6.
When I was 6. When I was stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to turn. Can we not null and void that because of how young she was?
She was only a child. Let me have a think about it. Is there anything that I know about fairy law that children can't agree to things that they have to then do as an adult?
I think that is a law question.
Yeah,
that is not my area of specialty.
A law thing.
So can I make a roll on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pass. I don't know whether it's a critical. I'd need a 13 to critical, would I?
You would.
Yeah, but I think that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so fairy deals, there's usually some way of weaseling out of them. It's just a question of finding it. So if you can find some kind of technicality, that would generally do the job.
Is there any way of them knowing the technicality? Like, could I say, she can't agree to marry you because she'd already agreed to marry me?
That could work, or there's
Creepy,
that she is only 16.
Did she actually request to be a fairy princess? That doesn't sound like 10 syllables to me. I don't think she even asked properly.
Unless she just did by a complete fluke of the English language.
Yeah. I
mean, she hasn't got her mother's permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the mother's permission thing might work.
Did your mother ever tell you to not to talk to strangers, I'll say?
I think if anybody knows that now, it's probably her.
I think.
She told me
the
a lot
other
of things.
There.
Like not picking bluebells in Stockswood.
Did she tell you a whole bunch of things that you never should do? For instance, there was probably a list of things that your mother said that you shouldn't do. Anyway, there is no point going over this
there is
now.
I think
we are where we are. How do we get out of here? Do we try and argue with the fairies, or
yes.
do we?
We walk out. We walk out. I think the fog plan is good.
It's a
keep the
backup
arguments in reserve if we're caught. Conjure the fog. See if we can sneak out. If we cannot, we argue.
So try the sneak first, then argue, or argue first, then sneak.
I know that's how come and go, but is it not a little bit weird that her mother knows not to pick the bluebells?
Irrelevant now.
Maybe it's just a folklore thing she learned when she was.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, let's face it. No, we shan't. You shouldn't discuss this in front of Phoebe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We are where we are, eh? Phoebe is here. She does not want to be here. Our job is to get her out. Then maybe you talk to her mother.
And if we are caught, I have composed a few lines.
Excellent.
The suggestion is twofold. The first suggestion is that actually the lord of this realm is a duke, not a prince.
Nice.
The second suggestion is that we are most powerful individuals, all of us.
Are you saying this around Phoebe? I suppose you must be because you're all in one room.
Yeah.
Yes, she says it's not the lord of this realm they want me to marry. Apparently that's my father.
Ah, good.
Oh.
That's useful.
So his... Oh, hang on. I'm just thinking...
We have it. So you are marrying because of your father's wishes, by fairy logic. However, your father is someone you've never seen, and more to the point, the legal point was not named on your birth certificate.
Yeah, if there's one thing fairies absolutely go with, it's birth certificates.
No. We're looking at legally wriggling.
No. I mean, you're right. I mean, we're looking at, legalese here to tie them up with. Did we get a copy of a birth certificate? We never did we?
We did talk about it. I don't know if we ever
No, we never did. So that's okay. So the plan is to walk out and try the argument.
No. Birth certificate. We have skilled artists here. I'm sure I could work with you to produce a fairly convincing copy of the birth certificate.
Yeah, I could do that with no problem whatever if you give me paints.
Would you say a birth certificate is a mundane object?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We know more about mundane things. They know more about fairy things.
If it is, I could say I'm always prepared and
you took a copy.
Oh,
perfect.
Yep, that would work.
Oh,
yeah. So very quickly before we came in here, I got a copy off of Ancestry.com.
Good man.
Yeah, here it is. I'm showing you on my phone, but yeah.
So,
Well, that's
well, there we
covered.
are. So we've got the father thing. We've got the fact that her mother is not giving permission. That she is still. Can you get married when you're 16? You can, can't you? In
Not
England,
without parental permission.
is that true in England as well as because Scotland? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Okay. Good. So we'll go with English law because that's where she's being brought up. That makes sense. Well, this sounds like an ironclad case. I cannot see any problem here at all. We will be out before they have finished serving the hors d'oeuvre.
What's French for hors d'oeuvre?
Je ne sais pas, moi. Hey.
Okay, so are we leading her out?
Yes. I knock on the door. Monsieur, there has been some kind of misunderstanding.
I am now Inspector Clouseau.
Really? Really?
I'm
Am I being
saying,
mean about your Scottish accent?
I'm saying it to Mrs. Doubtfire. So.
Yeah. So, does he answer the door?
Can't you just open the door?
Well, I just thought it was more dramatic to knock on the
He
door and
has-
let him open it.
He has locked you in.
There you
Oh.
are. So knock on the door. Monsieur,
Yes.
there has been some kind of misunderstanding. We must speak to the Duke immediately. The girl's father.
What,
Father.
do you mean all of you?
Yes.
And then I'd better escort you.
Mob-handed.
Including the
Merci,
girl?
monsieur. Tu es
Charles?
un vrai gentilhomme.
Charles, including the girl?
Yeah, we take her as well, right?
Yes,
course
of
it is.
course.
We're not going to talk about her, are we? We want to take her. She's
Yeah.
technically an adult.
Yeah.
No, the point is, she's not technically an adult. That's the
Well,
whole.
she's 16, so she technically is.
She's technically partially so. There's things she can't do without parental consent. For example, marry.
So we are going to mansplain her marriage, but only because she's 16, and it's fine.
No, we're going to adult-splain.
Adults play. That's
Yeah,
what
but
we're
no,
going to
we're going to explain marriage.
do. Okay, that's
When
fine.
being a man has got nothing to do with it.
That's fine. Good. Just making sure. Just checking.
And I have written these verses with things crossed out and so on.
Cool. Let's do it.
Right, so the ogre unlocks the door and lets you all out and starts accompanying you down to the Duke's chamber.
I'm chatting to him on the way. So, what is your name, eh? Do you do a lot of guarding for a living? Good work here, eh? I like your spear. It is good.
Yes, he seems quite impressed. He says it's not often someone takes an interest in his work.
Yeah. It's you have to do this. People say, hey, you go stand in front of this door for 4 hours. Hey, they bring you cups of tea. No, they do not, eh? They, bah.
Oh, it's his
This is
name,
applied to
Hugo.
the working ogre.
So as you're walking along, Phoebe is saying to those of you further away from the ogre, they did something a bit weird earlier. They rubbed these flowers in my eyes. Is that going to be a problem?
I'll look at her eyes.
Arks, you're the expert.
Yep, you have the sight. There is something a bit odd there.
Angus.
Some kind of enchantment, maybe.
I'm going to turn to Angus and go. There's some sort of enchantment on. They've enchanted a vision.
Do you mind if I have a wee look, lassie?
Oh, okay.
I'll stand in front of me and I'll have a proper look and have a think. What do I think it could be?
Well, your first thought is you could really do with knowing what type of flowers those are.
Well, I have survival. Would I perhaps know?
Yeah, survival or science.
Well, I think my survival's better than my science.
Were they purple flowers? Or
Yeah,
were
they are. They are purple.
Oh, can we see them?
Yeah, they're in her hair.
That's
Oh,
a
right,
pass.
the ones in her hair. Gotcha.
That's a pass.
Yeah, the flowers in her hair, it's viola tricolor, or also known as love in idleness.
Viola tricolor. Is that relevant to what kind of magic's going on here?
Yes, because those are the flowers that were used in A Midsummer Night's Dream to enchant the lovers into falling in love.
But that
Can
was
we just take them out?
But no, who has she seen? Because it was the person. It was the next person she saw in Midsummer Night's Dream. Because it was a. So,
No,
Did you
it's
see
going to be-
anybody?
It's going to be the next person she sees after waking up, and she hasn't slept yet.
Ah,
Anyone got any Red Bull?
no, okay, that makes sense. That's really helpful. Good work.
I bet Genevieve has Red Bull.
Well, we can do our best to try and keep her
Do
keep
not
her
go to
awake.
sleep.
I mean, because the problem is, if she falls in love with any of us, that's no use. I mean, we don't want her falling in love with anyone. Can we take the enchantment off?
Well, if any of you had counter magic, you could, but unfortunately not.
None of us do.
Yeah, we're just going to have to get her out of here before she sleeps, aren't we?
Yep. I think
Yeah,
that's
so your options are find someone with the sufficient power to remove the enchantment, or again find some way to weasel out of it.
Right. Okay.
I think Weasling's our best option here, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't see streetwise working here, can it, really?
You're not really on the streets, are you?
I'm on the mean streets of a fairy castle.
I'll start having a look through my contacts. Do I know anyone outside of the fairy realm who could potentially remove this enchantment?
I think we
Being
need to
a-
get her out first, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you do have a contact in P Division. They might know someone.
All right, yeah, I could contact someone in P Division.
Assuming we get her out.
Yeah.
So
We've got to get
So-
her out of here first, haven't we?
we where does the ogre take us?
He takes you back to the ground floor and to an impressive pair of double doors. And he stands at the doors and announces the Lady of Arden, and he looks over you. Guests.
Let me give the grand introduction.
Okay.
I want a moment, and then you can repair the damage.
Cool. Do I still have that stick on me?
So,
You could
what
have.
I want to do is stride up to the throne, bow, and say, Lord Duke, this child's mother, she doth much grieve. She is a maid, too young for marriage. Thou cannot take her so unwillingly. She did not mean literally. Thou knowest it. Thou needst the permission of her parents. The child's mother will give no permission. And as for her father, lord of this realm, he is not her father at all. Oh no. He is not named on the birth certificate. A child's vow made so young will never work. We're here to take her back. We have might. A sorcerer who can call down lightning. One of immortal strength and mighty speed. A most learned scholar, her wits unmatched. And me, a robber who takes things by force. Then above us all is Blacklaw, our boss. Thou shouldst obey him. We all surely do. Thou should fear not to give us Phoebe back. And let us leave your realm without hindrance.
After that speech, I'm not going to ask for a roll.
No, I mean, it's crap, isn't it?
I love the brave way you tried to make birth certificate fit into an iambic pentameter there. you deserve to win just for that, man.
That was pretty bad.
There.
And then I'll go quiet again.
Mm.
I'll just kind of slightly say to her, nice one.
Aye.
He's going to say, sorry, I didn't catch any of that. Can you say it again?
Mon
Probably
Dieu,
not.
chef, I had no idea you were such a poet. You have kept your light under a bushel, eh?
Yeah, that's your true calling, poet.
No, I mean, when I was a mugger, I generally did rob people in iambic pentameter. It was the secret of my success. Why the werewolf didn't kill me, he was a bit intrigued.
Well, the reaction you get from the Duke of Arden is one of pretty much blind fury.
Of course. But it doesn't matter. Is he, A, listening to the bluff, come on, don't mess with us, and B, convinced by the birth certificate argument? Not to mention the non-binding contract from a 6-year-old child argument.
Well, given that I have not prepared a dramatic speech in iambic pentameter to respond to this,
Oh, God, disappointed.
Right, stream over. Thanks, guys.
not
Thanks for
every
coming.
party does it this way. There are many approaches people take, which
Some sad sacks spend the 10-minute break composing a speech.
I assumed we all had. I mean, mine's in French, so you know. I mean, I suspect the audience wouldn't like it, but yeah, just. So I thought, let you do yours first.
I went out
but
for a
it seemed to work.
cigarette. That's what I did.
yeah. So there was a prolonged rant in iambic pentameter, complaining about impudent mortals and turning arguments against them. A fairly detailed digression into what exactly is supposed to happen if this wedding doesn't have a bride available.
Marry the first ogre.
That is not my problem.
No.
And finally, a dismissal where you are told in no uncertain terms to get out and never darken this realm again. But most
I'm loving this.
importantly, to take the girl with you.
My lord, we depart with great gladness.
Not me.
Aye.
See you later,
Yeah.
alligator.
Yeah. I am French. I like to be where people do not want me. So I'm still talking to the ogre. Maybe you come with us, eh? I can find you work better pay than you get here, eh?
Actually, that ain't a bad idea, pal. Come along.
Where would he sleep?
Wherever he wants. Come on.
The office.
Okay, I'll bow and back away and say, let's get out of here before they change their mind.
I mean, if my friend the ogre wants to come, that's fine.
Yeah,
if he doesn't, I do understand.
We can give him
I will. You know, I'm happy to
for
just
us.
leave.
He could work for the investigation.
I think he'd be perfect.
The ogre does not want to come. Apparently, he's sworn some kind of oath to the Duke of Arden.
Oh,
I
okay.
quite understand. Hey,
It's
but
okay, we prepare a speech and we get him out of it.
Yeah, that's the sequel. I'll go back.
I give him one of Alvin's cards. Anytime, monsieur, eh? You give us a phone.
They're dressed as Tudors. What makes you think they'll have a phone?
Wow. There is an awful lot of phone-related discussion in this.
Not even a landline.
Sponsored by
We should get
Apple.
sponsored by EE.
No. That's a good question. Do mobiles work in that realm? We could leave it mobile.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Yes, we should.
Your
In
mobiles
fact,
are not working.
oh no! I knew I should have got that EE contract.
When you say they're not working, do you mean like they're not working, or do you mean like you
No
just can't
signal.
get a signal?
No signal.
But you could still do like take some pictures, right, as you walked out.
Yeah.
You could.
I mean,
Who
knows
knows what will come
like.
out at the other side?
Yeah.
You might not like what you see in them.
Yeah, exactly. But you can do it.
Oh really? So I couldn't like take some pictures of this castle?
Yeah, you could see what we get. It's interesting, right?
Right, yeah, as we leave, I'm going to take a picture then.
Might work, might not.
Fine, but
We're going to get out of Dodge.
Yeah. You might change his mind or think of the refutation.
we should hurry. Eh? Every minute here could maybe be a month. Her mothers would be worried.
Actually, that's a very good point. Right, we go quickly.
Yeah. We'll make sure the lion's still asleep or just gone.
Yeah, when you get back through the woods, the lion is still unconscious.
So
Okay.
quick, can you see the way out?
Those of you with the sight, you can see the way out.
Do we, need
It's this way.
do we need to do the same thing?
To get through the gate?
Yeah.
Good question.
Or is it...
Well, let's try it and see. And if we can't, then we can look for a key. But quick, let's go! Before they change their minds and try and get us.
Remember, every minute spent here is a year outside or something.
Or
we,
vice versa.
we open up and it's like the Terminator 2 dystopian future. Scrolls everywhere.
We'll see Sanctuary back in there.
Yeah, you can step through. You still have your bluebells with you. Phoebe doesn't, but that doesn't seem to be a problem for her.
Being half Fae. So,
And you find yourselves back in Stockswood with your phones rapidly updating themselves as they pick up a new time signal. Someone like to roll a d6.
wow,
I'll do it.
go for it, man.
6.
That's how.
According to your phones, it is now Tuesday.
And what day
Which
was
date?
it?
How many days?
6 days. It was a Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, shit.
could have been a lot worse.
I'll check my van.
God, I bet it's going to be full of parking tickets.
Yeah, there are several parking tickets on it.
Has it been clamped?
I'll phone. I'll get in contact with P Division. I'm sure they'll make them go away.
Yeah.
And I'm phoning Celia. As I
Yeah.
said, Madame, we have your daughter.
Yeah, she answers immediately.
Hand the phone over to Phoebe.
Hey, Mum. How long? I'm really sorry. I'll come home now.
Well, we'll take her home.
There.
I'll look. Yeah, I'll look at Jeff and go. Can you take the clamp off, please?
Yeah, I reckon I can do that.
I reckon between us.
No worries.
There.
Yeah, well, no, breaking and entering, surely.
Okay, so this spell is the first person she sees after sleeping she'll fall in love with. Yeah.
Unless P Division can help us.
Okay, but that's not going to be for however long, isn't it? So she should wear a blindfold until P Division have dealt with it.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say get a mirror. That's.
What
should
time of
do-
day?
To be honest, no, that's a terrible idea.
Well, that's what happened to Donald Trump. I don't think we should do it. little bit of satire there for the late night audience. Yeah.
No,
Very
boss. Get on your P Division contacts.
Yeah, I'll get on to my P Division. Yeah, I'll phone P Division. I don't know that's what I was asking what time of day it was, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I will contact P Division.
Yeah, it seems to be mid-morning from your phones.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, so I'll
The answer's pretty quick. Alvin.
Hey, I've forgotten his name. I said it earlier, but I've forgotten it. Kevin. I need a favour. In fact, I need 2 favours.
Yeah.
We've just rescued a young lady from the fairy realm, and they've put an enchantment on her that the next time she wakes up, she's going to fall in love with the first person she sees. We need that. We need
See, that's a
someone
bit
to.
awkward, isn't it?
We need someone to.
Are you keeping her awake?
We're going to blindfold her until you get to us.
And keep her away.
Yeah, we'll feed her lots of Red Bull and what's the pills? What's the
Pro
caffeine
Plus.
Pro Plus.
What's the pills? There's a few, mate.
I
Yes,
forgot.
I'm
I forgot
really
what they were
hoping you
called.
mean Pro Plus.
What rather than cocaine? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll give her some speed for
Speed.
the next couple of days. Next favour. Yeah, we were in the fairy realm for 6 days. My van's been ticketed.
Right, and you'd like that to go away, I take it.
Yes, please.
We've already taken the clamp off.
Yeah, you can have the clamp back.
Well, you're going to owe me one. Several, actually. I
Nice.
think I can deal with it. I'll get a
Kevin,
figure out
look,
to you.
Kevin, you owe me at least 10. Call it
Big bargain.
evens.
No, we can argue this one later.
So,
Do we get paid
have
for
we
this?
taken her home? Is
Yeah,
there
we'll
a,
take. Yeah, we'll take her home. Do we get paid? We didn't even agree a price.
hey, we did not do this for the money, eh? You'll still pay us, though, of course.
I've got bills
That's,
to pay.
to be clear, that's 1 week, including overtime.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, boss. That's the way it is.
Yeah, it's right
And
there.
I mean, also, I think I'm due a raise because
It is there.
I'm down there as T-boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's now T-boy
Okay.
and poet, eh?
Okay, you can now do coffee as well.
Wow, thank you. Soon I'll rise to the rights to be able to do poetry.
You can do our advertisement.
In pentameter.
Um,
I'm waiting for the big reunion.
Yep, I assume you're taking her back to her house, which is
Yeah.
a very short walk from these woods.
well, we got a car.
We haven't got a van.
Van.
Still.
Yeah.
A post office.
Next post office van.
She might like the walk rather than the sort of manky.
So by the
man.
time you've got the clamp off it, it's going to be quicker
Yeah,
to
exactly. Yeah, she can walk. We'll meet her there.
walk. So, yeah, when you get back to Celia and Rosalind's house, there is a tearful reunion going on the front step.
We've got a new house to live in now because that was the price, wasn't it?
There. Look how happy.
Yeah,
There.
Celia is hugging Phoebe and Rosalind is hugging both of them.
So, I'm putting this down as part of my drive to remain connected to humanity. I demand 1d6 will. Power gamer.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll invoice her.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to change my drive. My drive was sort of having a second, was to make most of my second chance. I want to change it to make my most of a second chance as a poet.
As a poet.
I found my true calling.
yeah. Well, when you all arrive, Rosalind does disentangle herself and come and talk to you.
Yeah, that's so that's 6 days of work. Potential death threats.
What
That's
will we tell them? Will we tell her mothers
£1,200,000.
about this?
No, it's up to her what she tells her mothers.
Then, but should we warn them? I mean, this may not be the last time the Fae try to meddle in Phoebe's life, eh?
I'm before we actually talk to while she's hugging her mother or whatever, I'm gonna be like, her mother knows clearly not to go into the Fae, how not to go into the Fae realm.
Maybe she'll take her seriously now. Or more seriously.
I mean, okay. I just feel like I feel like they were hiding something.
Well,
I don't think they were hiding something. It was more the fact that they didn't want to admit to sort of all the strange supernatural superstitions they knew about, which happened to be real.
So, it is not our place to explain this? Is that what you say? I would feel terrible if, in 10 years' time, this came back. Maybe we give them a bit of a warning? Un petit peu? Un piddly warning? maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I think we need to ask Phoebe what she wants them to know.
I'm sure
think
we all
so,
have a
right.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess once we finish talking to the mothers and then we'll have a conversation with Phoebe about what she wants to tell her parents.
We'll sit her down and have the talk. So,
But
your dad is a fae prince.
Duke,
Got a leaflet.
Yeah. I imagine there'll be a leaflet. Have a read. Phone this free phone number if you want to, if there's any issues here that you want to talk about.
And anyone watching, if you've been affected by any of the issues in this program,
If your mum's a red cap, phone in. Probably not many people.
I would hope not.
but not none. I mean, that's the point.
So, okay.
There, you're going to have a talk with Phoebe.
yeah, find out what information she wants her parents to know, and what information she doesn't.
Tell her not to take a blindfold off until someone's coming.
Yeah,
She says, I think we should tell them everything.
Okay, good. That's easy.
And I think Mum knows a lot more than she's been saying.
Oh, yeah.
yes. Okay, we'll sit him down, with a cup of tea and some Cadbury's fingers.
Cheap round here.
Yeah, there would be.
Yeah, you do notice when she opens the cupboard, there is an entire catering pack in there.
Living the dream.
Yeah, well, yeah. I go. Yeah, I'll be like. So your daughter has ended up in the fairy realm the second time. The first time she went missing, she accidentally, as a child, wandered into the realm, the fairy realm, where as a young 6-year-old child, when she was asked what she wanted to be a fairy prince. Turns out her father is the Duke of those lands, so so you're the father of Phoebe is a Fae Lord. Is there any, am I doing this right? Am I doing it the right way, or am I
I
being
mean,
a bit...
she might throw you out the house for being a
Oh.
lunatic, if I'm honest. But,
No, every word he's speaking is true.
well,
Yeah.
we know this, but how believable is it to someone who doesn't know?
Yeah, but they know a little bit.
I think her mother knows way more than she was letting on as well. We managed to rescue her. We managed to get her. She was about to be married to a prince of the Fae because of what she said as a 6-year-old child. However, we managed to persuade we threw technicalities at the Duke that technically she wasn't young enough to make the decision. Even now, she's not young enough to make the decision. She didn't have your permission to be married to a prince, etc., etc. And so we managed to take her from the lands. My advice: don't pick any bluebells again. Maybe just don't.
Yeah, there is much nodding, and finally Rosalind says, I think we all need to have a long talk.
Can I have some chocolate fingers? I haven't eaten for 6 days.
She opens
Neither.
the cupboard, pulls out another catering size pack.
Cracking.
We work at Cadbury World. We have tons of these things. If you want to send your invoice, we'll pay as soon as we get it and take the biscuits as an advance.
Excellent. So, it is not too early for the pub in Birmingham, eh?
No, pub. Pub sounds a good idea.
So,
Okay. How it is.
Right. And so the adventure ends with the family reunited, all of you getting paid lots of chocolate fingers and a trip to the pub.
Yeah, what more you want?
With,
And a lion with a headache.
Smith
The only one.
with Smith Scampy fries.
And I'm trying to write sort of sonnets on beer mats.
I think this is great. I think you've got to, if we follow these characters up, I look forward to what comes next for Jeff Dixon.
All I'll say is Jeff Dixon. I mean, he's going to have 1 point in art if he's getting any XP.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And
Thank you so much, Sue.
Yeah, thanks, Sue. That was wonderful.
Thank
That
you.
was a
Explain.
joy.
I had a laugh.
That was
it
great.
was really good, yeah. So, should we wrap up and do some shout outs and then we'll end the stream? All right, so I'm going to start with Paul.
Oh, hiya. So I'm Paul Mitchener. On Twitter, I am the Tweedmeister. There is also, I'm sometimes also known as Dr. Mitch. You can find my blog, The Imaginarium of Dr. Mitch. As I said, I wrote Liminal. There's stuff about that. You can also see things about my new game, which I'll be kickstarting in the new year, which is called Out of the Ashes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just... J-Wall.
Hi, I'm Jael. I'm not the creator of anything, so you don't need to worry about that. But you can find me various places as Jael7Z, as someone always steals Jael. And you can find me here sometimes. Find me in the Discord. Yeah.
Thank you. Dr. Cowie.
I am even less socially medially famous than J-Wall, but there's my Twitter handle. If you're interested in hearing about things, gaming, that's about it, really. I don't post on much else.
Problem is though, your Twitter is private, so people can't just randomly follow.
Oh yeah,
you.
good point. But I let people come in, right? If they ask.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bud?
I have the YouTube channel. I think it's a Doc's RPG review. Why am I going mad? Bud's RPG review. Come and check it out if you have the time. That's it, really. Bud's RPG review on Twitter.
Bud's RPG on everything that you're on.
I grabbed them all before I opened the channel.
Cool. Sue?
Yeah, I'm Savage Spiel on both Twitter and Blogspot, where I do a blog largely writing up games I've played in. Also, I review conventions I've been to. And you'll be able to find me at various upcoming online conventions running more games of Liminal.
All of them, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, all of them.
Probably, yeah.
All
Yes.
the conventions.
Yeah, that's why we call it
At
SueCon
the
20.
moment.
That's why it was called SueCon 2020. And next year it'll be SueCon 2021. She also writes a blog about our Mutant Year Zero game as well that we do nearly every Sunday.
And she knows a lot about bananas. I'm not even lying, am I?
That is true. I do know a lot about bananas.
Wow.
When was I talking about? I was talking about bananas the other day, weren't I?
Yeah, and when you said what are the normal ones, I said Cavendish. And I only know because Sue mentioned it.
Well, we need a banana-themed liminal adventure, clearly.
As for me, check out my social media. Discord, you'll find all of us on the Discord. Twitter is a good place to follow to see when I'm going live and what I'm talking about. And YouTube is where all the VODs go. So if you've got an inkling for over 200 videos, there's that on YouTube. This should be up on YouTube over the next couple of days. I just got to go through and edit it. And we'll be back. When are we back? Because I think I'm going to take Saturday. I think we're going to be back on Saturday with Curse of Strahd, the first episode of Curse of Strahd. Other than that,
We're hopefully going to have our final session of Highway of Blood as well.
at some point, yes. I don't know when, whether it will be this year or next year. but there's not much of this year left, but we'll figure something out. Also, I will be hosting this will just change over to just a general hangout once we're done with the stream. So if you're on the Discord, come join and chat. But thank you all, and we'll see
I
you.
have one thing to add before we finish. If you were wondering about the title, it comes from an old playground rhyme, which starts off, "Mother said I never should play with the fairies in the wood."
Ah, that's pretty cool.
I've never heard of it. What was I going to
She was right.
Oh, also, this is a charity stream, so if you wish to donate to the British Lung Foundation, please do so. But we will see you next time. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thanks very much.
See you later.